is our community. This is where we're going to be focusing on in our community. It's in the Crawford district in Washington. I'll hand it over to Matthew.
We chose our community because it has both Middles School and Washington White Elementary School, which create a lot of student traffic, which doesn't always mix well with the large volume of car traffic on property, and which leads to all of our problems that we have in those products.
These are all the ways we can get to school. One's by single passenger automobile, carpool, school bus, walking and biking. These are all the ways we have come up with getting to school. And then these are the dangers of getting to and from school. You can be texting and calling while you're driving on your cell phones, and that can be dangerous. There can be tired drivers who honestly had slept in a few days, they don't see everything on the road. No, traffic isn't necessarily a danger, but it can get you late to school. There can be drunk drivers, which don't see correctly. There can be dangerous streets where there are no cross lights, no even marked crosswalks or stop signs. There can be bad crosswalks, and there's a movie right here about our school.
You see here, there is
the counter isn't really
student right there. He is trying to cross the street, and there's a counter there showing how many cars pass before he's able to cross the street. Remember, it's Washington State law to stop for pedestrians.
Oh, but 12 cars pass before this guy can actually get across the street.
And he's at a crosswalk?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's not a crosswalk, but it's, actually there's
Yeah, it's actually me. This is just me filming, but
We went over
we were
there,
just-
had to cross the street, and then had him try to get back when we shot a video.
Now see, this car stopped. Okay, anyway. It's okay. You can go.
Here's
next,
some
and then I'll
facts.
hand it over to Dylan.
Okay, the nationally drivers who use mobile phones while driving were 4 times more likely to crash than those not, a rate equal to that of drunk driving, according to AAA. AAA also reports that 2,600 people died in cell phone texting related crashes, and drivers who use cell phones while driving have the same deficient motor skills as people with a 0.08% blood alcohol content.
And here are the solutions that we came up with. Okay, so in this area, there's the Mason Middle School, and after school kids walk down this way to get to Washington White Elementary School, and this is a really busy intersection with a stoplight, and there are crosswalks with the whole stop sign hand things, but usually kids don't really pay attention to those, and they just run across the street anyway. So what we came up with was either tunnels to go underneath the street, that's a little bit far out, or bridges that can go over the street, which would cut off the problem with pedestrians, but it would still be a pretty dangerous intersection. And Matthew will explain more probably.
And the other solution that we came up with that was a little more realistic is to get, because this is a very busy intersection, because that's kind of where all the students converge, and to get onto Mason campus, and also parents are coming down this way to get to the parent drop-off zone, which leads to which means that if we had crosswalk lights here, it would make the drivers more aware of the crosswalk and that there are students there, and it would make it much safer.
And we did some research, and it actually said that we found out that there was actually supposed to be a lighted up crosswalk there, but there isn't.
According to we presented this to, as you see here, the Vice Chair of the North End Neighborhood Council, he invited us over to one of one of their meetings, and one of the members sent to us this from the city manager's office. This is a it says here that we have a big crosswalk on North 28th and Proctor. We went by there to check, and there wasn't. And this is a very, very big thing because school flashers cost approximately $36,000 each.
Oh. So where's that money going?
Yeah, there's some kind of problem there. If there's supposed to be one there, but they cost $36,000 each, but there isn't.
We also got an email from one of the people who was at the meeting who was wanting a crosswalk there as well, which said that he's been trying to get the city to put it in for quite a while now, and they have not gotten it put in yet.
And this is how we shared our ideas. We invited the vice principal and showed him our slideshow, and as well as the North End Neighborhood Council vice chair, as was already stated, and we created flyers and stuff. And we will create a video for our school because we have this morning school broadcast session, and we probably will create a video that will show there to try and get other people to come to awareness about this. And this is where we got all of our sources.
AAA. Any questions?
Well, yeah, for your solution of your tunnels and bridges, I think that's a great idea. I mean, having kids run across the street to try to avoid the traffic is quite dangerous. So, had you thought about how the people with disabilities would get down into the tunnel or up over the bridge?
We did kind of come up with a couple of ideas. Either it would be like a very gentle slant going underneath the actual road,
Okay.
or like the bridges one probably wouldn't work because there would have to be like an elevator of some sort because there's such little space in that. But also, like, we could have a series of ramps that go down to the underground tunnels, and that would make it a lot easier for them.
You presented this to people. You talked,
oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right? Have you got any feedback on where it's going? If they're going to actually give you back give you your street walk?
We've got one. We've got a sign. We've got a new sign saying, does the school zone, and it's in kind of yellow top. It's in the flash or some kind.
So there are no lights, and we're gonna try and make sure we're gonna go to the city and like say,
You're going to continue?
yeah.
So you conducted your research and you found out that it costs $36,000 for those lights, right?
We
Yeah.
got that information from the crosswalk packet sent to us by the city.
City
City
manager's
manager.
office.
Okay.
It wasn't just that, but when we went to the North End Neighborhood Council meeting, they told us how much it would cost to put one of those in. I was blown away because I had no idea it would cost that much.
But you're in your research, you detected that there was supposed to be a light there. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so, me as a taxpayer, I'm concerned about, and you as well, you pay taxes. Aren't you concerned about where your $36,000 went?
Yeah.
Yes,
Where it
very.
is.
Yeah, very concerned about that. So, as a citizen of Washington and students at Mason, your plan is to try to conduct some more research to see
Where that
Yeah.
money went.
Yeah, I mean, this, we didn't choose this just because it was a problem. We chose it because it was a problem that really needed fixing.
Yeah.
And I think one of the major costs is doing the research of if the traffic flow would allow it. And since they said that a crosswalk has been installed, but it hasn't been. That means that they've done the research and approved it. That just means that they just haven't done it. It means that it wouldn't cost as much as doing putting in some place that didn't have one before, and it hasn't had one, and it didn't have, and they don't know if it would qualify with the traffic.
So it should be there. That's good. Nice political find. Thank you for your research. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. And I've learned a lot.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
You're
very much
welcome.
for your time.